Okay, so there's a tradition in bars in Manila
Mm,
where there's every time you go into a bar, especially the kind the kind of bars of ill repute that they're so fun to go to,
mm,
you'll always see a bell, like a captain's ship bell, up in the bar somewhere. Okay,
mm-hmm.
if you should talk to the manager prior to ringing that bell because you can specify things if you know the people there, you can specify things. Ringing the bell means you buy everybody a drink.
Yeah, like in Top Gun Maverick.
Kind of, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Except so you can specify, it's just beer. You can
Uh,
specify no, you can specify like no top shelf shit, right?
yeah, yeah. Only
You
shots.
you can do that if you want to. But if you don't say anything and you ring that bell, no matter what they want, they get.
How much you think each bell ring will cost? The max you've seen.
Well, no, you specify. You can so some guys will walk in because some guys' bucket list dream is to ring the bell,
Oh,
right? It's one of their bucket list items. I want to ring the bell in wherever, in Panama or in Manila or in Bangkok. I want to ring the bell. All these countries around the world will have bars like that where
mm-hmm.
there's a bell, right? Like it'll be like like military bars are that way sometimes
Yeah.
because and so the reason why it's the most expensive bell ring of all time wasn't because of what we paid when we were there. Okay, he didn't even ring it. Okay,
Somebody rang it for him and he had to
so one
pay.
of our buddies rang it. Okay, and wasn't prepared for the number of people that were in that place. Like we were already deep into drinking, so weren't thinking really that well. And one of our buddies rang the bell, and this friend of mine helped him cover,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't have any cash on him. Okay, so he paid with a credit card. Okay,
Mm.
and remember this is like the early 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s. So credit cards were not that common in the Philippines at the time. Well, they were there, but not many places took them, right? And this place did because we get some high rollers from out of the country coming in. They may not have cash. It was only a couple $1,000s, right? It was only a couple grand,
Like, what's
okay,
a couple? Like 7,000?
maybe five,
Oh, okay.
something like it. Maybe it could be seven,
How
right?
many people was in there?
Enough. He didn't specify when he rang it. So
I
people
mean,
were
uh,
people were getting top shelf liquor shots.
oh, but it was
So
like
remember,
what,
and
30
it's
people,
not it's not just the
100?
customers; it's everybody in the bar. So
Yeah,
so remember, these
even the
bars
workers.
these have hostesses,
Uh,
right? So there's all the hostesses came out, and then all the customers. You know, pretty much those places are a one-to-one hostess to customer situation, right?
yeah.
If there's 100 customers there, there's 100 hostesses.
A lot of big.
And if the place is getting packed, they'll call women in to come work, right?
Dang, you would let your hostesses drink on the job?
Dude, that's their job, is the drink of the job.
Really?
Dude, okay, this is the role of the hostess. The hostess sits with the client and engages them in conversation. They keep them company, right?
Yeah.
And the way the bar makes money is there's what's called the ladies' drink. So you buy, in order for them to sit with you, their drink must always be full.
I,
So the most successful hostesses in these places can drink like freaking fish. We're talking like they'll put down like $1,000 an hour of drinks.
Armand, that sounds like prostitution with extra
What's
steps.
that?
That sounds like prostitution with
Well,
extra
no,
steps.
but that's what if you ever see a hostess bar in Japanese, if you ever see a Japanese themed movie like with the yakuza and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and they're meeting these bars and there's all these elegantly dressed women who are sitting there speaking Japanese to the guys and they're not Japanese. Those are hostesses,
Mm.
right? And for most, I mean, remember, for the most part, you're paying for the company to sit there. Okay,
Right.
they're not taking them out of that, but there's arrangements that people come to. But anyway, that's how it is in Asia. Hostess bars are prevalent in most countries. There's also host bars, the flip flop where it's guys instead of girls.
Yeah.
And remember, host bars are not for gay men. Host bars are for straight women.
Yeah.
So it's not what you think. So it's not some a host bar isn't somewhere where like some gay dude goes to meet guys. No, it's not. That's not what they're for. They're for straight women to go to and sit with guys
Yeah.
and have them talk to them. But
Well, I mean, would you like? I guess
a lady's drink is more expensive than a customer's drink.
no.
Okay,
I get that. I guess why I'm asking the question, right? Because okay, would you let like the servers drink or something like that?
they can. Yeah. Oh, on the bell ring.
Well, I mean, probably on a bell ring, I'll
Oh, on
let
the bell
them. But
ring for
like,
sure. Yeah, the servers drink. Yeah, and if the customer wants to buy them a drink, yeah, we let our servers drink.
because so I'm actually going to talk more about what happened last night, but this kind of ties in because this was a conversation piece.
Okay.
So my uncle talked about how he had sued a Chinese restaurant
Okay.
because they spilled a flaming drink on my cousin when she was like 10 months years old, and she had
Ooh.
to get like a skin graft.
Okay.
The server was drunk. And
Okay.
when he told me that, I was like, I'm just because we in a restaurant. I'm just coming out of a restaurant. I'm like, I would never let my employees drink. I just wouldn't. Like, we don't like. Strange enough, yeah, we do have drinks on at our like. It was funny. Even I saw my sister-in-law. She was like, her mom comes into the restaurant. And she was like, I didn't know you guys had bottles at Madeire's. I was like, yeah, it's like a $20 bottle.
Yeah, it's a
She was
weird.
like,
Yeah, it's a $20 strange bottle. Yeah, it's
yeah, but and I was like, yeah, people come in there all the time, but and we have a couple like we have spirited drinks. We don't have like alcohol. We have spirited drinks. This for the license. I don't ever drink when I'm on, like ever. Like I may have like drink like say if I'm like somebody was like, oh no, I didn't want a peach Bellini, I wanted a pineapple. Maybe I might drink the peach Bellini at
okay.
the end of the shift,
Okay.
but never will you catch me drunk
Drinking
at
during.
my
Okay. Yeah.
job. And when he was telling me this story, he was like, "Yeah, it put her through college, and like it, like she added on to the house." Because I remember when my cousin told me,
Oh
like, "Oh
wait, so
yeah,
this was a long time ago.
yeah, it happened when she's 10 months."
How old is she now?
She's like my age. She's like
Oh,
36,
okay.
37.
And where was this?
This happened. It actually happened near the Sentinel. It used to be a Chinese food restaurant over there.
Okay.
And my uncle was like, "Yeah, we went." And he said that it was like I guess they called the drink a volcano or something like
Yeah.
that, and they
Yeah.
had ordered it. And it's something where it was like, it's like something hot, but it's like flaming. And he said the server was drunk and wasted the drink on my cousin, and it burnt her.
Hmm.
And my uncle sued them, and pretty much it set my cousin up to where she had money. I didn't know that's where all the money had came from.
Okay.
The way he explained it, and I'm like, dang, it kind of just connected a lot of things that I didn't really know. But the whole thing of it was like I would never let my employees drink. And then as a owner of a bar, I'm like, you let your employees
Well, see,
drink?
remember, it's a different place. Remember, okay, so you're talking about like regular businesses,
Yeah,
right? There are hostess bars here. Okay.
right.
You'll never see. I mean, you'll rarely ever see them. I mean, like only you got to know about them, right? They don't
Yeah, those are
advertise.
like speakeasy type places.
No, not really. They're not
Not
hidden.
even speakeasy, but if you know, you know.
Yeah, they're not hidden, and they're okay. So they're not hidden, and they're not private. Okay,
Mm,
but they don't market themselves, and they don't for the most part you don't even know that they're there.
right.
Right, so it's not like a speakeasy as in there's a blank door you walk through and then you have to give a password to get in. No, it'll be nestled amongst a bunch of other businesses, and there'll be the club, and there's a sign in front of it. There's a doorman, right? And it doesn't say Hostess Club. It doesn't say that. It just looks like any regular place, and it attracts a very specific kind of clientele, right? And it's, I mean, like, it's expensive. It's gonna be really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Okay? Now Asia's a bit different. Asia, they're marketed. Okay. And they
And they
run a
market the
range between
girls.
what's that?
And they market the girls.
Oh
Huh?
no, it's like you'll see because they're going to be located in an area where there's a bunch of clubs like it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll see women out in the front trying to lure people walking by to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll see that. Other times, now the bigger ones, now the large, really expensive ones are not like that. The large, really expensive ones are in their own buildings. They have giant parking lots, and the people who go there are going to be like politicians, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those ones, I mean, like those ones in the Philippines, a lot of actresses, younger actresses, the ones who take on the sexier roles, that's where they'll be discovered. They'll come out of places like that.
Wow.
A lot of them will come out of places like that. And a lot of the mistresses of senators and congressmen will come from places like
Come
that.
out of that place.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, and they're pricey. They are pricey. Very pricey. And you walk in and there's some girls are just paid to do runway walking. So you'll get girls there who are just models. They're paid there's like, the place might be like 20,000 square feet. And in one thing is just a bunch of tables and there's and the show on the stage is a fashion show.
Right.
Right. And so guys are sitting there with their hostesses, buying them drinks, buying them food, and entertain their friends. And on the stage is a fashion show going on. And the girls on stage are just there to do the fashion show. That's their job, is to just run away the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Other times there could be a burlesque show going on. So it's like a fan dance kind of. They do all sorts of things to keep people entertained. Because, you don't want the hostess to have to carry that conversation the whole time. Because,
No.
it could be kind of tough.
Heck
So
yeah.
there's got to be sometimes there's a live band. And some of these places, the different rooms have different atmospheres. So this could be a runway show in this one gigantic auditorium type of room. In another one, there's a small band, a piano thing going on. It could be like that. And that's what it's like. Now, in a situation like that, now the bigger ones like that, yeah, the only people drinking are going to be the actual hostesses. They're the ones drinking. The wait staff will not.
Okay.
In those big ones. Okay. But like my place was not a hostess bar. My bar's
bar.
My bar was a bar. It's a biker bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, you get what you get. So we get a lot of people in there super hammered. There's no such thing over there as cutting a person off. Okay.
Oh.
Over here, if you overserve somebody and they get into an accident, it's your fault. Not the same thing over there. Over there, I mean, like, the onus is on them. If they drink too much and they kill somebody or get killed, that's all on them, right?
I mean, but how would you deal with people who like throw up or like get rowdy or
Oh no. I mean, like, depends on the bar. I mean, like, you get rowdy, in a place like mine, and good luck, right?
Mm-hmm.
We will get the customers police themselves essentially.
Yeah.
Right. But we do have some. I mean, if we need security, we got me. Or if we really need security, we bring in some ape to do some stuff, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of our customers would have their own private security, which can't be inside the bar. We don't allow firearms.
Oh, I get. Yeah, you can't have guns and drinks.
But some of the guys would come in and be sitting. I mean, their security staff would be out there with their cars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a freaking. it looks kind of shady out there. All the security guys are eyeing each other. It's kind of trippy.
Yeah.
But but in a country like that, it is a little bit wilder than here. So let's say you have a hostess bar. The hostesses are paid to drink. That's their job, is to get guys to buy them drinks. That's their whole job.
Right.
Is to consume as many drinks as they possibly can. That's their job. Okay. So they're drinking on the job. Now, if that was here, and that does happen here, I don't know how they do it here. I'm not sure if they're technically employed by the establishment. I'm not sure how they do it. I do not
No,
know
they
how they
get
do it.
tips. They get paid tips. I told you I met one of these girls and she explained the whole world to me, and I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Well, no, no, but I'm just trying to think. How do they get compensated? I mean, like, are they employees of the place?
No, this is like under the table type places.
Well, okay, so I've been to ones here, and they're
Hmm.
very definitively working there.
Oh, okay. I see
Okay,
what you're
they're very
saying.
definitively working there. This isn't like this isn't like a place where some girl is sitting at the bar looking for company. No, you walk in, and oftentimes they have numbers on them, like like a little button with a number on it,
Oh,
right? So when they say so when they walk in, uh, a lot of times they'll be in some of the places will have them in what's called a fish bowl. It is a it's a room with glass, right?
mm,
You walk there and they're all sitting there and it looks like it's a bunch of models hanging out on, and you can see them all, right? And they'll say, "What's number two's name?" What's number? And then
mm.
the lady will tell you, or the whoever it is who's running will tell you a bit about them. Oh, she's a blah 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 blah, and then you choose who you want to talk to. That's what some of them are. Okay, others, it's more of it's less pressure where you'll sit down and you'll see them walking around. Then you'll see someone that catches your eye, and then you'll say, "Yeah, there." But they do. But you need if you're going to go in a place like that, you need to start buying drinks pretty quickly. They're not going to let you sit there for like 30 minutes and not buy. That's how they make their living,
Right.
unless you sit at the bar. If you just want to sit there and drink, you sit at the bar. Okay, that's the indication. That's in the U.S. That's in America. A Hostess bar in America, that's how it is. Okay, but they definitely work there. They definitely work. So I don't know how they employ them. And but then
Mm.
again, those kinds of bars are kind of. I'm sure they're skirting the law in many ways anyway. Because how would the business allow their customers to, I mean their workers to drink on the job,
Right.
right? And honestly, I mean, like, we're talking about this as a business for the public, but it really isn't, right? They don't turn you away when you go there, right? They don't turn you away, but pretty much you got to know somebody to go there. You feel very uncomfortable when you're there if you're not in the know,
Mm.
right? You'll feel really, really uncomfortable. So if you're not Asian, um, you're going to feel super uncomfortable when you're there. Okay, if you're not with friends, if you're not if you're not supposed to be there, you're going to feel uncomfortable. Okay, and
Mm.
even if you are Asian, you may even be more uncomfortable being there.
Why so?
Well, because for the most part, the people who go to those places are with like Asian organizations that the regular law-abiding Asian doesn't want to be near. Right?
Got it.
I know some Chinese people are angry at those groups because it's like they perpetuate the negative stereotype. You ever seen that movie? What Lethal Weapon was it 4? The one where those guys end up having to fight the triads. The Jet Li is the bad guy. Yeah, so that's the stereotype that these guys perpetuate, right?
Hmm.
Like like opium smugglers, human traffickers, stuff like that, right? But that's what they are.
Huh.
So if you're an Asian person, you walk in a place like that, it's like imagine being an Italian American walking into like a Goodfellas place,
I get it.
knowing that you're surrounded by guys named Jimmy the Nose. That's what it's like. So usually, to go to a place and feel comfortable, you gotta be in the know,
Mm.
right? You gotta be cool surrounded by that, right? I guess what's the Black American equivalent to that experience?
A hostess bar?
No, no, being surrounded by that element. So if I was to walk into a place like that and I need to be cool surrounded by either triads or yakuza, what's your equivalent of that? They're people from my general culture, but they're those kinds of people, right? What's
That's
your
at your local neighborhood, whatever it is that they gather at.
what's
Yeah.
that?
That's like your local neighborhood liquor store or wherever they gather at.
Yeah, or that's like going to Hood Day. If you went to the park on a Hood Day,
Wrong
that's
park.
not
Well,
where you
but no,
want to
but remember,
go.
it's almost exclusively that, and it's like a club for that. It's like imagine. So how best that. So who would be your equivalent to like that level of criminality?
Gangbangers.
Okay, so is there a place where you go and it's exclusively that, nobody else?
Parks.
It's
Yeah, but
exclusively that. There's no like regular
I'm
public people crawling
I'm
around.
sure that there's a building that some of them have, but it's like we don't know about it, because we're not in.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean,
it's
I'd say the parks because it's like that's where most of them congregate.
well they congregate, but there's regular people there too. There's regular
Yeah,
people.
there's
Okay.
regular people there
See,
too.
I'm talking about a place. This is like walking to a bar that pretty much a Hell's Angels own, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else in there but that, and people who are friendly with that, right? What's that equivalent?
Mhm.
Would have
Probably
to be a local bar.
or
Like
after hours.
or
Yeah.
probably a private place, like a private
Yeah, be like probably like an after hours or something like
something
that.
like that. But it has to be
It's been
exclusively.
it's been after hour spots that I went to,
Mhm.
and I came back and I told my cousins that I went, and they was like, "Don't you ever do that again? What were you doing?"
Yeah.
And I knew that, like, I mean, certain women's gonna get you into certain type of things.
Mm.
I was just saying like that, and I was with some certain type of women that got me into that, and I knew the people that was in there, and nothing happened. And I just enjoyed myself with the women that I was with. So I mean, like I can say that like an after hour spot because like if like I was telling my barber. So it used to be a strip club by the apartment. It's called the King Henry, right?
It's called the
In
King
the
Henry.
called the King Henry.
Okay.
The city of Hawthorne shut down most of their strip clubs. Hawthorne and Gardena shut down the strip clubs.
Okay.
So there was three prominent strip clubs that got shut down. It was Stars, which Stars is like, I'll just say middle class. King Henry, like, man, you better think twice about going. I've been in the King Henry before, and I was like, never again.
Wait. So
And then there was the Barbie
is it a
Coast.
top shelf experience or is it
Definitely not a top shelf
no?
experience.
Okay.
Mid shelf, lower tier.
Oh, down
You had,
market.
you had the King Henry, the Barbary Coast, and Stars.
Okay.
I would like if I had a choice of what street to take you to, I will only take you to Stars. I would never take you to the Barbary Coast. We were not going to the King Henry. But to the story though, the King Henry got shut down, but they use it as an after hour spot now.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's totally illegal. People don't know about it. The only reason I know about it because like sometimes I'm out at 2-3 o'clock in the morning driving around or walking, doing whatever I'm doing. And I noticed, I was like, oh dang, they turned it into an after hour spot. And it was cracking.
So
And
you're
I
out
was
at
just
2 or 3
like,
in the morning up to no good.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm up to no good.
No one.
Well, no,
out of,
I'm up to good. I'm probably walking around. I'm doing
at
something.
2 or 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
dude. If you're out, okay. So I think did I say this in one of our previous episodes? If you encounter me out and about, and in the evening by myself, I mean, I'm likely up to no good. Okay? It's just,
I might just be out to get some fresh air. Like, or I probably couldn't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Okay.
random. Like I just said, it goes down with me. And I noticed I was like, oh wow, they have a after hour spot at the King Henry now. They not operating like they supposed to. Look, Quentin Lavin, he know where the King Henry is.
Down the street, bro.
It's right down the street. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something behind the King Henry where that's where they be doing it at. I don't know what
Cops over there?
huh?
Is that why the cops were over there one night, late night?
Probably because I know, like the cops gonna figure it out one day. Like you're not about to just be cracking, and the cops ain't gonna come and shut this shit down.
Late Night at the King Henry. There's a movie title right there.
Man, I mean, honestly, like that's some like legendary LA type thing. Like, man, them shutting down stars. That was like that's part of Black LA. Like, I mean, we was talking about it the other day. Like, man, they shut down V Live. Like, V Live, man, V Live was the best strip club LA ever had.
Where was that?
It was in Carson. And like I said, I am a strip club connoisseur. I can tell you what's a good strip club and what is not a good strip club.
Okay.
That like the only strip club experience I have not seen in LA. I haven't been to Secret Sundays. I'm sorry, I've just never been to Secret Sundays.
Don't think I know of that one. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
But V Live,
that
was it.
How is V Live spelled?
VLIVE.
The letter V?
Yep.
Okay.
All together. VLIVE.
Yep. The only thing was like, because how did I come across V Live? We was doing what's that called? My friend was doing a bachelor party. His cousins were coming down from Mississippi. So I was like, hey, let's go test out the strip clubs and see which one is the best one that we
that's okay, perfect excuse. Okay, that makes sense.
So we went to a lot of them. And I remember we went to V Live, right? And we're in V Live, and like, of course, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a cool vibe. And then next thing you know, we looked up and we turned around because it was sitting down, and it was a whole bunch of people that we didn't even notice that came in that was behind us. Where it was like, yo, this is kind of sketchy, bro. We gonna have to think about V Live. But eventually, we broke it down to like, all right, we gonna do V Live. So when we get to V Live, we bring my friend's cousins, down from Mississippi, right? So like we get to the front door, right? And like just being from LA, there's certain terms that you just don't say to people. So the cousin says this to one of the bouncers. We see the bouncer in all blue or whatever. We know what's up. But you know what I'm saying? Like we know how to operate with people like that. The cousin walks up and was like, hey bro, where are you from? You're not supposed to say that phrase. That's a no type phrase.
Okay.
He's like, where are you from? We're like sitting there like, oh my God, what is going on right now? He was like, nah, where are you from? And like you can see the security guard kind of like,
this is your cousin saying that?
No, like the cousin from Mississippi.
Well, this is a cousin.
They're
with you.
Yeah, he with us. And we like me and like one of my homies, we like our mouths dropped. Like, no, he's not saying this to this guy. Because we know what this bouncer is. He's really a gangbanger in disguise being a security guard. And he asking him where he's from. And I'm like, oh bro, no, this is not about to happen. And what turned everything around, because the cousin who was doing this is actually a really funny character.
Okay.
He was like, man, I think you my cousin, man. Where you from? And it just went off from there. And we're like, oh, okay. And it like from that instant, right? Because the security guards start laughing after we get into this banter.
Okay. From
there, it was like the country cousins took over V Live that night. I remember I came back outside, they kicking it with the security guards now. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a magical night at V Live. But the only thing is like it got shut down. Somebody got killed in V Live.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
there's always got to be somebody to ruin it for everybody else, right?
Yeah, somebody had to ruin it for everybody else, and it was like, man, we don't got nothing like that in LA no more. I wouldn't like I like it's Deja Vu and it's Sam's. I mean, you can go to Crazy Girls or something like that.
Well, Deja Vu that's like a massive chain of places.
It's a massive chain, but there's one downtown that's kind of like, I'm just gonna say ghetto.
Okay.
But I went in there and I think I told you, like, I had an experience where like I got reprimanded on how to deal with strippers, And I'm telling you, if a stripper comes to you and tells you the price of how much the dances is, you just tell her to walk away politely.
Okay.
Like don't ever let some stripper give you prices of how long a lap dance is and everything like that. That's not the stripper you want.
You taking notes, Quentin?
Huh?
You taking
Yeah,
notes there,
me
Quentin?
and Raymond and I had this conversation.
Yeah, man.
I
You
took
know that
extensive
ain't the
notes.
Oh,
I,
hold
that ain't
on,
the
hold
stripper you
on.
want.
We got here because of the most expensive bell ring in Manila story. Okay,
Yeah.
so 5 to 7,000. I can't remember exactly how much it was in pesos anyway, but that's not the price of the bell ring.
What?
Okay, the reason it's the most expensive bell ring in Manila is this. Okay, so my friend had to pay with a card. Okay,
Oh,
didn't
he had
think
to pay a credit card fee?
no, that's not the part of it. Didn't think anything of it. Did not think anything of it. Okay, oh, a couple, I don't know, it's sometime down the line. It could have been weeks, it could have been, I can't remember. It's the fog of war, right?
Yeah.
His wife is now cruising around a brand new Ford Expedition.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you got to realize a vehicle over there costs like 3 to 4 times as much as it costs here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the reason why she's got it is because she saw it on the credit card bill.
And he felt some type of and she felt some type of way.
What's that?
And she felt some type of way.
Yeah, well, yeah, dude, he knows what bar it is, right? That kind of a bar is not where he's supposed to be. And
Oh.
in order to appease her,
He
to
was up
keep
to
her,
no
he
good.
bought her a brand new Ford Expedition.
That was the most expensive bell
That's why
ring
it's the most expensive bell ring in all of Manila. It
Yeah.
probably ran, now that at that time, that car probably ran him $70,000.
Jesus Christ. For a Ford expedition.
Yeah.
What year is this?
2003.
Yeah, we already know what body style and everything. He spent $70,000 on
Well, you got
that.
to remember, if it's 30,000 here, it's going to be like,
Yeah, it's 70. I see what you're saying.
because they don't sell them there.
Yeah, it's an
And so
American car.
you've got to buy it here. You've got to import it. Pay. I mean, either you're going to pay the legitimate fees or you're going to smuggle it through, paying off every single person on the dock. Yeah, that's the like that's why when I first my friend slash boss at that time, well, right before that, he bought the first and at the time only Jaguar XKR in the whole country. He bought it in France, and he bought it brand new in France and had it imported.
Mm.
It was the only one in the whole country. And I remember he was so excited about it. He called me up, hey, check out my new car. So we meet up. And the funny thing is, so I got the same car now, right? And so if you look, and his was a hard top. His wasn't a convertible. Mine's convertible. So right there on the, like where the windshield is.
Canada is a great place to license your motor home or automobile.
I can hear that. What is that?
that was a video I ended up
There it
getting.
goes. So right there in the middle of it, right where the light is, there's this oval like mesh thing, right? We're looking at it and we didn't know what it was. We're looking at it and we thought, is it light? Right? We didn't know what it was. And so he reaches up and he goes, I think it's a light. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about that. He's like, yeah. It's the kind of thing where you have to push it in, it clicks and it turns on. Are you sure? He's like, yeah. He reaches up and he pushes it. And when he pushes hard enough, he just dents it in. It's a speaker. Yeah, so now he's got the only car in the country like that with a dented speaker in the center of his.
Mm.
Oh my god. Yeah, but that's what it takes to get. So now there's dealerships for these cars there, right? But back then, if you had a Harley in the country, oh, you spent a lot of money on that sucker, right? Anything that's potentially imported. Now there are dealerships. You can get stuff cheaper now. I've not yet looked how much a Harley costs there, because if I'm going to spend significant time later on there, I'm going to want one there.
Uh-oh.
Is it a higher markup for the regular dealer, or is it just about the same?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I've never looked. I'm going to look. All right, Raymond, what do you owe? What's the
No, you're gonna be being Manila with the Harley.
Well, no, there's a lot there. I mean, there's a dealership now. There's a Harley dealership.
Mm.
And when we set up Handlebar, we looked at. Okay, so before I became involved in the project, the guys looked at acquiring the Harley dealership for the country. Because during the process of thinking about this, they found out that it was available.
Oh.
Right. And so a friend of mine, Archie Rodriguez is his name. Archie's dad is Jack Rodriguez. Jack owns the TGI Fridays franchises for the country. Okay. Archie, he probably still owns it. Archie owns California Pizza Kitchen in the country, and he has a couple other things too. And we ran, my friends ran across Archie, who's a friend of mine at the time. And Archie told them that, that because he deals in franchises, and it was going to be available. And so they were looking what it would take to get it. And our original concept for Handlebar was this little small cozy biker bar for us, like a little private place. And what it turned into was this massive place. And this is the reason why, is when they found out about the Harley dealership opportunity, which would include like a bar and restaurant type scenario, you had to actually have a dealership. And so you had to have available parking. There's rules about so you had to have parking to get the franchise. And so, and also you have to do test rides. And so they started looking at a much, much bigger place. And just like looking at houses, once you start looking at bigger places, your mind never shrinks back down. Your imagination never shrinks back down to the little private, cozy biker bar that you wanted. Now you're freaking... So the way I describe Handlebar is it's basically the Hard Rock Cafe except motorcycles instead of music. That's how big it is, right? And it started off as being a small, cozy place for just a bunch of guys to hang out. It turned into a real business because of that. And they turned it down because they just didn't see the profitability. It just cost too much money to get the franchise, but it's there now. And so I'm curious to see how much it would cost to buy a bike there. I'm not sure how big the market would be. I wouldn't buy some crappy ass smaller bike. I want to buy something at least as big as mine.